My name is Loretta Alvarez, and I'm going to be presenting today with a team of people from the Sonoran Center. I really appreciate everybody's interest, and we're excited to be able to share more about this training opportunity with you. My role at the Sonoran Center is I'm the project manager for employment and transition at the Sonoran Center. And so I get to work with the team that oversees the summer work program that you're going to be hearing about in today's presentation. And I'm going to go ahead and let the other presenters introduce themselves real quick so you'll know who they are as they share during the time. So Selena, do you want to share a little bit about who you are?
Yeah, so I'm Selena Urquidez, and I'm the education coordinator at the Sonoran Center. So I also help with student training. So you'll hear a little bit as well from me about the different student training opportunities that we offer at the Sonoran Center.
Selena.
And I'm Kelsey Montaños. I'm the pre-ETS project coordinator. So I oversee the summer work program, but will also be overseeing part of the student internship in partnership with Selena.
And then Jocelyn.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn. I am a student intern and also work with Loretta and Kelsey with the different projects that they're going to talk about today.
Thank you. All right, so you are here for an informational session about AdvoCats. This is our new training program that we are going to be rolling out with the Sonoran Center. And we are going to be sharing what this is going to look like in the spring semester and then over the summer. So by joining the AdvoCats, you're going to be a trainee with the Sonoran Center, and Selena will talk a little bit more about what that looks like and the other training opportunities that we have through our center. You're also going to be working with Arizona communities to increase inclusion in different workplaces. So part of our experiential learning in the spring is getting to work alongside our job coaches that are working with youth with disabilities as they're doing work-based learning experiences. And then you'll get to take that training that you get to experience in the spring and actually do that work in the summer. And through that work in the summer, you're providing that meaningful support and feedback to youth with disabilities as they're gaining these employment skills that they need. And our goal for all of our youth that we work with is that they gain competitive integrated employment, meaning employment that's in our communities, working alongside people who with disabilities or not with disabilities, and that it's competitive, meaning they're earning the prevailing wage. And it's employment. They're a member of the employment team, a member of the business, and working and contributing to that business. So Selena, do you want to share a little bit about this next portion?
Yeah, so I'll do a brief overview of the Sonoran Center too, just because I'm assuming most of you all today are not as familiar with our center. So I'll give some background and a little bit more information about our training programs. The Sonoran Center is a federally designated university center for excellence in disabilities. We also go by a USED. We're funded by the Administration on Community Living's Office of Intellectual Developmental Disabilities. We were established in 2006. We're one of two USEDs in Arizona. We're housed within the Department of Family and Community Medicine and the College of Medicine, but even though we're housed within FCM, we do look at disability broadly. So our work focuses on really ensuring full community participation from people with disabilities through all stages of life. We do it through research, evaluation, model programs and services, community education and training, and also through our student training programs. Next slide. So we do have several interdisciplinary training programs. The overall goal is to bring students together from disciplines all across campus. So whether they're related directly to disability or not, And we really just want to help students to better understand the issues and needs of people with disabilities and their families and their supporters, the people around them. And we hope that we're preparing students to be advocates and leaders so that they can also help to, increase inclusion and participation just around our community and in their community, wherever they end up working. So these are a list of our student training programs. So the first one is our undergraduate certificate in developmental disabilities. This is a 12-unit program. We have undergraduate students who are engaged in a mixture of classroom work, scholarly work, and community-based activities. We have our policy fellowship for undergrads and graduate students. So this aims to enhance the students' knowledge on the process of policy development and how it impacts individuals with developmental and other disabilities. We also have our diversity fellowship, which we aim to engage students from diverse and underrepresented communities into disability-related work. We also host a number of internships where we've hosted students from all over campus from various disciplines, and they get involved with us in some way on one of our projects to do some in-depth work. So we've had students work in areas of like social work, health and wellness initiatives, employment, such as this one, and even like students who are interested in like occupational therapy or communications as well. Our Discapas VIP, so VIP is our vertically integrated project. So this is a research project where students receive practical training in community-based research. So when you think of research, you kind of think like you go to a lab and run like data figures and like do kind of like that kind of research. But this type of research that we do within our center is more community-based. So we're evaluating and assessing like things that are happening in our community. So whether it's the services that people receive or just like trying to identify what the needs are of the community. This project helps students to really learn more about that community-based research, develop some community engagement skills, learn how to build partnerships. And the goal is to really examine what it means to live with a disability along the Arizona-Mexico border and to amplify disabled voices through ongoing digital storytelling. So the AdvoCats is our newest program, and so you'll learn about that just shortly. And just really quick, these are the application deadlines for all of our programs. So currently we're gonna be opening the application for the undergrad certificate in developmental disabilities. So this is a yearly cohort. So for now we're actually planning to open for the 26-27 academic year, which is not this upcoming year, but the one after that. So that will open in the fall. So you're always applying like a year in advance. The Disability Policy Fellowship and Diversity Fellowship will open up again in fall of 25. And then the internships opportunities and the Discapas VIP research project are open at all times. So students can go to our website and submit an online form if they have an interest in joining either of these programs.
Thanks, Elena. So going over what you'll gain through the AdvoCats training program is we're going to be providing direct training on neurodiversity basics, inclusive practices around employment and how we can be more inclusive as you step into whatever field that looks like after graduation, what supports for young adults with disabilities. You also have that experiential training component that I mentioned, where during this spring semester, you'll be shadowing one of our job coaches at a community site, at a job site, with students with disabilities as they're completing work-based learning. So you'll be able to see hands-on what that looks like. And then in the summer, you're going to be able to take all of the direct training and the experiential learning that you've had and apply it as a job coach. through our summer work program. And that is that's a paid work position, and it's 6 to 8 weeks. And we've got the hours up there, and we're looking for locations all over Arizona. So if you go home in the summer to northern Arizona or to Nogales or somewhere in Pinal County or the Phoenix area, we have we have summer work happening in all of those areas, and you can work in that area where you end up for the summertime in Arizona. So Jocelyn has been a summer, she worked with us this past summer, and she's been working with us this fall. So she's going to share a little bit about her perspective as a student and working with us with AdvoCats.
Thank you, Loretta. So, hi again, I'm Jocelyn. I'm currently a grad student in the College of Public Health studying in family and child health. And I got connected with this program through Selena. She had told me about the program after I had mentioned to her that I wanted to start working a little bit more closely to my field because I was just working in retail at the time. And I got connected with Kelsey and I got the job. So here I am, and I've been here ever since. So my summer work experience was here based in Tucson, and I work for both of the summer months. And it was just one of the best experiences, work experience that I've ever had. I loved every single day is so different, and the students are amazing. And one of the highlights of my whole experience was seeing my students at the end get job offers. So they're still working today at the placements that they were in at the summer program. And if you're worried about anything, the working with students and going on site, there's a lot of support. The team is amazing. So if you ever have any questions, they never make you feel like, oh, this is a dumb question or anything. So you're very supported, and you do get a training session before going on site and working with everyone. But it's really awesome. I love seeing all the gains that the participants make throughout their experience. It's just very rewarding. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than willing to share more in depth about my experiences.
Jocelyn. Jocelyn, could you share, I'm putting you on the spot, but could you share what were some of the work sites that you were at this summer in Tucson?
So I was at a couple of them. So one of them was Golf and Stuff. I worked at a couple of Bookmans, Ace Hardwares, um, and then I think I was also I was all over the place, but I I really enjoyed all the different experiences because it wasn't just like retail, or it just wasn't like a family park experience. It was everything. So the students were really well rounded in the type of skills that they were learning and all that.
Thanks, Jocelyn. So as Jocelyn said, there's quite a variety of different job sites that you would get to experience over the summer. But during the spring, when you are with us, that's when we're going to be able to provide some a little more in-depth training to help you be prepared for that experience in the summer, and also just to kind of increase your knowledge and experience of what it looks like to support people with disabilities and employment. So will have 2 training sessions that will be over Zoom. You'll be able to attend them in person, or potentially if you have to miss them, we'll have them recorded and you can review them later. We'll also have 2 online trainings that you'll be able to do in your own time, and have opportunities to reflect on those trainings and ask us any questions as you think about how this will apply to working with individuals with disabilities at the job sites. And then we have that experiential learning component where during the spring semester, you will be out in the community at several different sites, getting to job shadow with our job coaches who are working with high school students with disabilities as they gain some of that work-based learning knowledge. And we listed just a couple of these sites that we have available right now in Tucson, and that's always changing. We just were talking earlier today about, or I think it was yesterday, about a different job sites in the community. So it's always new. There's always new employers that are interested to partner with us. So these are just a couple of sites that we have currently, but it could be somewhere different. And we would like you guys to get at least 4 different experiences. So you get to see what this looks like in a variety of settings with a variety of students. Kelsey, do you want to take over and share the next part?
Yeah. So the summer work program, like Loretta said, is 6 to 8 weeks, anywhere between 20 hours to 35 hours, depending if you're hired on as a student worker or if we hire you directly through the university hiring system. It's a paid opportunity over the summer at $19.96 an hour. And again, you'd be supporting multiple sites. Usually it's 2 to 3 students per site. And the schedules will vary based off of the employment's agreement. Typically, you might see maybe like a Monday, Wednesday AM site between 8 a.m. and 12, and potentially a PM site between 1 and 5. So really 8 to 5 is the window. And Monday through Friday, we try to keep sites running during the weekday so you guys have some free time. It's not to say that your schedule is jam-packed Monday through Friday. We also leave room for notes, other forms of communication. There are a lot of other pieces that go into it as far as who you connect with and on behalf of the student, which is, vocational rehabilitation, who we are in direct partnership. They are our funder, their parents, any school staff that want to be included because they're within the transition age. So something to think about as well. And then the regions that we're serving. So these counties, we have Pima, Pinal, Santa Cruz, Maricopa, Navajo Nation, and Cochise. So those are the ones that we have primarily focused on, and we'll continue to support during the summer. So like Loretta mentioned, if you guys go home over the summer and it's not in Tucson, if you're living in Phoenix or another area that's listed in here, then we'll just identify based off of your living situation, what students are, have applied in that area. So, yeah. Yeah, so at this point, some of the next steps is completing the student application by February 14th. And then we would work together to schedule an interview. And then the students who are selected would be notified before spring break, giving you a little cushion. And then just being aware that after spring break, this experience would begin. Yeah, so that kind of wraps it up in a nutshell. There's a lot of information here. So I'd like to open it up for any questions that anyone might have. And if you don't have them now and have them later, you can always contact anyone from this team. We're always available.
Feel free to unmute, or you can use the chat to ask your question. Yeah, so we're putting some links here in the chat as well. So to learn more, you can go to our webpage about the AdvoCats program, and you can also start your applications as of today.
Right. If you don't have any questions, you're welcome to hop off, but we look forward to connecting with you through your application and the interview process. And thank you for taking the time to meet with us today.